What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we are talking about Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. So this is the story about a girl named Bree who is really going through it. At the very beginning of this book, we see her lose her mother, and this kind of sets her on this path where she defines her life as before Bree and after Bree. And after Bree is very angry and has a lot of rage, and there's so many emotions that she just hasn't dealt with yet, and she tries to hide it all behind this wall. And Bree is somebody who, over the course of this book, I loved being able to see cracks in this wall and really seeing the way she was feeling and how her emotions were coming out. That to me was my favorite part of this book. But what she comes to discover in this book is that maybe her mother's death had something to do with this magical group of people called the Order of the Round Table, who are all descendants from the members of the Round Table. We have descendants from King Arthur himself, Lancelot. We even have Merlins within this order. And she decides to infiltrate this group to try to figure out what exactly happened to her mother. She wants to find the truth of this. I thought that side of the story was really interesting, but what kind of bothered me was that it felt like two different books. This is Tracy Deonn's debut, which I feel like you could definitely feel. It took me a long time to kind of get settled into this book, but what I really think the problem with this book is that there's just so much going on. One side of the story is Bree's side of the story, where she is discovering her own legacy and how she works into this magical world, and what was going on with her mother and all of that kind of stuff, and her kind of dealing with her emotions. I really, really loved that part of the story. And then the other side of the story was the Order of the Round Table stuff, which for a long time in the book, they kind of felt like two separate stories. I was waiting for a long time to see how Bree was actually going to fit into all of it, because they bring her into this society and she is definitely an outsider, but this whole time, there's gotta be some kind of something. She's gotta be some way. Is she Nimue? Is she whatever? Is she Guinevere? How does she fit into this story? And I will say, at the end, I really like how it was combined together. I love how it all turned out, and it did take me by surprise. I wasn't expecting it to go in that direction at all, so that was really interesting. But it would take me in and out of the story. It took me about 150 pages to really get settled into the story, and then even then, I would find myself skimming action scenes or long exposition-y stuff that I don't know, I felt like we were just getting a lot of information in this book, so I'm really interested more than anything to see where she's gonna take it as we move into the next one in the series. By far though, I definitely recommend this book, and I recommend it because what Tracy Deonn is doing. She based this book off of her own personal experience. She also lost her mother. She lost a lot of people that were very close to her. She was dealing with the same rage that Bree is going through, and I love the story that she is telling about this young Black woman who is attending this school in the South that was built by slaves and is basically still run by people who would enslave her if they could. And then she infiltrates this secret society where she is definitely not wanted and definitely doesn't belong. These are all white people. These are all white people who have these huge, long, interconnected bloodlines and histories. Meanwhile, Bree didn't even know her grandmother. She doesn't belong in the society, and she knows it, and they know it, and I really loved this. I really loved the commentary that was being said here. And outside of the order, we also had Bree kind of discovering this other type of magic. It's not just how the people of Arthur use it. There's also other types of magic and other ways that it can be used. And her side of it dealt a lot with mothers and foremothers and it being passed down from generation to generation to generation. And I really loved Bree getting to discover that, because not only was she discovering a lot more about herself and about her mother, but she was also connecting with other young Black women, which I felt was really powerful. So overall, I really recommend the story. I think Tracy Deonn is doing something really spectacular here, and I really like the direction that she took the Arthurian legend. I will say though, I just think it just dealt with some growing pains from it being her debut. I think there's a lot going on. This book probably could have been a lot shorter. There are a lot of ideas going on here, but I'm wondering as the series goes on if my opinion of that might change a little bit. So I'm really excited to see where Legendborn is going to go next, and I hope you guys check out this book. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe to Talk Books with me every week. That is everything I got for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!